Welcome back to the Southeast region, where the road to Williamsport and the Little League World Series continues here in Warner Robins, Georgia. For two teams facing elimination, state champs from North Carolina, Lake Norman Little League from Hunterville, and SYA Little League from Centerville, Virginia. Both teams playing their second game of the day because of bad weather yesterday. There are 10 regions throughout the United States. Each one will send a team to Williamsport. There are going to be 10 international teams, too. The 8 state champs here in the Southeast started playing yesterday, and we've already had one eliminated. Shady Spring Little League out of West Virginia lost to Columbus, Georgia about an hour ago, rallying from a 4-0 deficit. So here are the standings. After this elimination game, we have another good one coming up later tonight. South Carolina and Florida going head-to-head in a 1-0 game. Hi again, everybody. Clay Matvick and 1989 American League Rookie of the Year Greg Olson. And buddy, there's a lot on the line in this one. Having to play 2 games in one day, that's hard enough. But this is a win or go home game.
Yeah, and they're aware of the situation. They understand the magnitude. And I'm talking about these 11 and 12-year-olds that are out there. So there is no fatigue. These guys are just excited to get out here and play. And they have been staving off elimination all summer.
Lake Norman Little League. We're going to be leading it off with Braden Best, who hit a home run earlier today in the loss to Alabama. He is somebody to watch in this ball game. Lucas Guadetti, Colton Palladino is in the 3 spot. Luke Slusher, the cleanup hitter. Jack Caldwell, Cam Hegel, he'll be on the mound. Jace Beck, Matthew Williford, Reed Orlando, Cameron Trefoletti, Hudson Drummond doing the catching, and the 12th man in the continuous batting order, Carter Shepard. And they're going to face Colin Wright. This will be the second appearance of the regional for Wright. He only threw 20 pitches yesterday, so he's available today.
Yeah, came in yesterday, stabilized the game, tried to keep SYA in it, and does a nice job. Good fastball, nice breaking ball, and he has been one of their aces all summer long.
So here we go, and Wright comes home with his first pitch. It's off speed and catches the inside corner. Mark Ruley is our home plate umpire for this one. Braden Best 2 for 3 in the regional. That solo home run just to the right of the batter's eye in center field. And that's off the glove of the first baseman, Cottonetti. So 0-2 to the leadoff hitter. Braden Best, one of the biggest kids on the field this week here in Warner Robins, stands 5'9".
Coaches call him an absolute beast. Had a great game in the state championship game. 3 for 3, 3 runs scored, and threw 5 innings.
He was the MVP of that game. Son of Darren Best, his mom Stacy, older brother Logan. And this one is going to be chopped foul as well. Darren coached last year's team, which Braden was a part of. North Carolina state champs for the 2nd straight year. And he is one of 3 returning players. Jack Caldwell and Lucas Guadetti also on that team a season ago. That's such a big help this time of year. No surprises for those 3 guys here at Warner Robins. Pitch is up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
No, I mean, that's a big aspect of having some of your best players coming back the next year. And we've seen a couple of the teams doing exactly the same thing, so expect Best to have a great game.
Hot shot right back to the pitcher. Nice job by Wright fielding his position, knocks it down and comes up cleanly to throw out the runner.
Really nice job. Ball came up on him a little bit. He's able to knock it down, finds it quickly.
This is Lucas Guadetti, the starting shortstop, 0 for 3 in the game earlier today against Phoenix City, Alabama. Lake Norman lost 8-5 in that game, and that was an experienced Phoenix City team. We talked about North Carolina returning 3 players from last year's regional team, Alabama returning 8. That is off the glove of the shortstop Diggs. And we have our first base runner. Henry Diggs can't come up with it. And Guadetti is safe at first.
Diggs does a nice job. He's trying to round it a little bit, and it looked like the ball kind of kicked up on him. He was not expecting that. Ball flares off of his glove, but he has been an excellent shortstop. for this Virginia team.
And now Colton Palladino with a man on. Left-handed hitter. Has some power. No hits in the first game today, but did have a couple of walks. He was excellent during the state tournament run. Had a couple of homers. This one is popped up and fouled back over the grandstand. Another pop-up. This is going to be playable. Continetti in foul ground, looking up into the sun, makes the catch for the second out. So that was an error charged to the shortstop Diggs, but otherwise SYA's defense has been outstanding through district and state tournament play.
It's been all about pitching, and it's been all about their defense. And they call their outfield the no-fly zone because they got great speed and athleticism out there.
Another fly ball off the bat of Luke Slusher, the first baseman, and the center fielder Costello is there. And Landon Costello and SYA headed to the dugout. Landon will lead it off for the Virginia State champs next. Another beautiful afternoon here in Warner Robins, Georgia. So we're just getting started here in this elimination game between North Carolina and Virginia. Now that's how the day started yesterday too. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut from here on out. Ole, I know you're looking at me.
I am.
Landon Costello to lead it off here for Centerville, Virginia. Centerville located about 20 miles west of Washington, D.C. Grant Wise, John Franco Angulo, Caleb Gillette, Carter Guarino, Henry Diggs, Henry Stegner back-to-back in the lineup. Connor Fettig, Nate Continetti, Colin Wright, who we saw on the mound, Nolan Seelock, and Reese Beal, a very smooth fielding second baseman. I thought he was really good in the field yesterday. He rounds it out in the 12-man continuous batting order. And there you see Cam Hegel. This guy just lives and breathes baseball, the 12-year-old ready to take the mound.
Yeah, good arm. He's got really nice off-speed stuff, and I love the mechanics. Real slow, deliberate to start, and then this electric arm comes right through the zone.
Right on left here to start. Costello in the box. He'll put it in play on the first swing. Nice stop at third. Caldwell comes up. Nice throw across the diamond. That's a big league play from Caldwell at third.
How about this? Diving to his left, stays down on his knees, knows he's got no time, and then a Manny Machado dart across the infield for the first out of the game.
Jack Caldwell shaking it off a little bit. He made a diving play. As you look at the Huntersville, North Carolina defense, we talked about Braden Best and his bat, also a terrific center fielder. Pitch to Grant Wise is up and in from Hegel. As Wise went 1 for 2 in game one, he had Virginia's only hit. And that 10-2 loss to Nolensville, Tennessee. Called strike. That game was interrupted by rain in the 4th inning last night and resumed at 9 a.m. this morning. So it's been a long day for these Virginia Little Leaguers. Inside out swing, flipped foul down the right field line. Grant Wise had a huge triple in the state semifinals. Drove in the tying run in the 7th, scored the game winner. Big reason this team is here and playing for a trip to Williamsport.
He's been their main arm out of the back end of the bullpen. Got to see a little bit of him last night and then again today.
Higo winds and fires the 1-2 past his glove. The shortstop Guidetti. And how about the left side of this infield to start the game for North Carolina?
It's pretty solid so far, man. That nice running move. Shortstop, great effort, great play. Guidetti just ranging straight in, going towards the bag, and just a throw on the run makes it look easy.
Gianfranco Angulo went 0 for 2 in game 1. He was the starting pitcher yesterday. Getting the start at third base in this one. Breaking ball, inside corner. We've seen Cam Higo land that pitch a couple of times already.
Yeah, it's a nice way to come back into the count if you're able to do it. I mean, it's so difficult to be able just to flip a breaking ball in to get back into the count.
Angulo is trying to coax a hit by pitch. He's not going to get his way. As Mark Rulli says, not buying it. And now he's shaken up a little bit. And Zach Costello is going to call time and call Angulo over, trying to just reset the hitter here. Angulo was convinced he was hit. And I think that's what Zach Costello is going to talk with the home plate umpire about.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a review, a look at it just to see. And if it did hit him, it didn't alter the ball trajectory, but it could have caught his sleeve. And if the home plate umpire, Mark Rulli, did not hear it, it did not appear to hit him.
Let's take another look. Look at that left elbow. How the sleeve moves.
That's it. I mean, it's a hit by pitch.
No doubt.
But you're not going to necessarily hear the baseball hit the sleeve. And that is the kind of the main way that an umpire at home plate will hear one of those little ticks. And that one, I think, would be difficult. So they're going to have a nice meeting on the mound. They're going to discuss what they saw and then possibly take this to a review.
So they are going to look at it again. And I think what we saw would indicate that Angulo was hit on that left side.
I mean, immediately he looked at the home plate umpire and started walking down to first base. So I like to look at the reactions of the hitters, and you can see the sleeve right there again. So it looked to me like it hit that sleeve. That's going to be a hit by pitch. And just like I was saying, his reaction was immediately to look at the umpire. Hey, that hit me. And then he started walking down to first. And a lot of times you'll see guys, when they don't get hit, they don't sell it very well.
So this is a Virginia challenge, in case you're wondering. This was not an umpire-initiated review. This is officially a challenge by Virginia. And you see the manager challenges. They are allowed 2 unsuccessful challenges. I mean, you can challenge all day long as you're getting them right.
If you're getting them right.
But you only get 2 that go bad on you.
Yep, that's exactly it. So you have unlimited successful challenges, but as soon as you lose 2, that's the end of the run.
So Zach Costello asking for the review.
Well, I love the fact Zach Costello is trusting his guy. His player said, hey, I got hit. You know, and you have to trust your players. You have to show them the trust and take a shot with this challenge.
And the hit by pitch puts Angulo at first base with 2 outs. First base runner for Centerville, Virginia. And a good challenge by Zach Costello. He played Division I baseball at Radford. 37 years old. He's been volunteering in Little League for 6 years. So a smart move leads to the first man on base for SYA. And now Caleb Gillette. Swung out and missed. Caleb Gillette 0 for 2 with a run scored in the first game. Also threw 49 pitches today when game 1 resumes, so we will not be seeing him pitch in this one. And that's another thing, Ole, in this game here today, because both of these teams already played a game today. There are a lot of players that we will not see on the mound or behind the plate.
Yeah, another great rule by Little League. You cannot pitch 2 games in a day. So no matter if you stayed under 20 pitches, which is you can come back the next game, there is no way that you can pitch twice in 1 day.
Virginia has 3 pitchers unavailable, North Carolina 4. Each team also with a catcher unavailable. They're trying to protect these kids' arms. The 0-2 to Gillette. Good discipline on that high pitch. Gillette, a really good hitter, also an outstanding catcher. But he can't catch in this game. Swung on and missed. And the inning is over. So Cam Hegel works around that hit by pitch. We have played 1. We remain scoreless in this elimination game in Warner Robins. Clay Matvick and the incomparable Greg Olson back here in Warner Robins, Georgia. Southeast Regional game. It's an elimination game between North Carolina and Virginia. This is day 2 of this part of the tournament. We head to the top of the second. Huntersville, North Carolina will send Jack Caldwell, Cam Hegel, and Jace Beck to the plate against Colin Wright. Caldwell 0 for 2 in game 1 for Lake Norman. Winner of this game will play tomorrow, keep their season alive. Loser is done for the season. And then they have to start thinking about school.
It's the last thing I want to think about right now.
So the winner of this one will play the loser of our next game coming up later tonight. South Carolina and Florida. Irmo, South Carolina, and Tallahassee, Florida. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And look at Colin Wright pounding his glove. That's his first strikeout of this ball game. 1 away here in the second.
Yeah, nice breaking ball, a little bit elevated, but just that change of speed gets Caldwell way out front. can see the emotion. Colin Wright knows, hey, this is the biggest game of the year right now. I got to have it. So far, so good.
Cam Hegel puts the first pitch in play. And Diggs throws him out from short. You know, Colin Wright, you can just sense that he is a man on a mission here today. Had a little tough luck yesterday. Only threw 20 pitches in that loss. Before yesterday, he had not allowed a run on the mound in 2026. His 1.1 innings yesterday, gave up a couple. It wasn't his best outing, and you can just see he's determined today.
Yeah, well, you, as a pitcher, man, you kind of live and breathe that last outing. At least I did. And so coming out so far, he has been able to go out, throw strikes, mix it up.
And he's going to give up a base hit here with 2 outs to Jace Beck. His second hit of the regional. And the guy they call Bobcat is a 2-out base runner here in the second inning.
It's a nice piece of hit. Fastball away, takes it right back up the middle.
I'll bring up Matthew Williford. Williford 1 for 2 in the tournament with a run batted in. Parents Lee and Joanna. This is a kid that coaches say has a high baseball IQ. Had a game-winning run batted in during state tournament play. Nice pitch on the outside corner for Colin Wright. 0-2.
How about that sequence? First pitch breaking ball, strike 1, then goes with a good fastball outside part of the plate. Williford with the no batting gloves look, going old school.
Colin Wright, youngest of 2 for Amanda and Greg. Got him to go. And 2 strikeouts in the inning for Colin Wright as he skips back to the dugout. North Carolina strands a runner in the second. Still no score. Little League and ESPN are proud members of the Aspen Institute's Project Play 6330. It's focused on getting 63% of kids playing sports by 2030. Learn more about what Little League is doing to get kids on the field and all about the ESPN Take Back Sports initiative by visiting littleleague.org/project. project play. Here we go to the bottom of the second. North Carolina nothing, Virginia nothing. Elimination game here in Warner Robins, day 2 of the Southeast Regional. Little League World Series starts in Williamsport on August 19th. These teams want to be there. This is Carter Guarino leading it off. He's 0 for 1 in the regional. He was the hero of both the state semifinals and the championship game. He had walk-off game-winning hits in both of those.
That's
very impressive. Hopes to be an engineer someday.
Back-to-back games with walk-off hits.
Soft looping liner, and it's caught by the second baseman Shepard. Carter Shepard making that play, 1 down, and this is Henry Diggs.
Nice job by Shepard. See a little bit of cornerback drop steps, preparing to run into shallow right field, puts the brakes on, makes a nice catch.
Pitches outside for Hegel. Cam Hegel has not a lot of hit yet. Did hit John Franco Angulo. It was ruled a hit by pitch after a review, but otherwise he has been pounding the strike zone. But that said, that hit the umpire.
I didn't know where I was going to go with that sentence. First of all, you said he hasn't given up a hit. That's first thing that got me. And then the other one is what you just did to him about his strike throwing.
Oh, you think he can hear me?
Yeah.
2-0 pitch, and now 3-0. Henry Diggs, very smooth shortstop, son of Lori and Jonathan, brother Carter. Takes 3-0. Strike at the knees. Hegel's got kind of a whippy arm.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Nice leg kick.
Oh, and now another hit by pitch. And no doubt about this one is Diggs is going to limp his way toward first base. So their second Centerville, Virginia base runner of the ballgame.
Right on the inside of the knee. That one stings. See if he's able to walk that one off, because it's just hard to describe how much that hurts.
Well, and they need Diggs to stay in the ballgame. They need him in the field. They need his leadership. And we'll see if Centerville can get something going offensively. They managed just 1 hit and 3 walks against Nolensville in their Game 1 loss. They're coming into this one hoping to find some offense. They're going to try and advance the runner. Good bunt by Henry Stegner. That's going to get the job done, putting Diggs at second base. So sacrifice bunt, 2 down. That'll bring up Connor Fettig.
How about Cam Hegel? Hops off the mound, bare hands it, picks it up perfectly. That is just textbook. You do not want to pick it up with your glove. You got no time. He bare hands it, quick flip to first base, takes the second out.
Strike to Connor Fettig. 4'9" Fettig, 0 for 2 in the regional. He's behind the plate again for Virginia. This kid plays with a ton of energy. Knocked down.
He's been fun to watch behind the plate. Just like a wall back there, blocks everything. Great sportsmanship, picks up the bats for the opposing player.
Comebacker over the mound, the shortstop Guidetti. Makes it look easy. Nice play by Slusher over at first as well. And another hit by pitch, worked around by the pitcher Cam Hegel. Virginia stays off the board. We played 2. Back here in Warner Robins, no scores. We move on to the third inning. North Carolina and Virginia facing elimination, trying to keep their season alive. Last year, this region was won by Irmo Little League out of Irmo, South Carolina. We're going to see that same Little League in a 1-0 game coming up later. Facing a team from Tallahassee, Florida, the Florida State champs. This team's trying to stay in the driver's seat. The winner of this one will stay alive to play the loser of that next game coming up. This is Reed Orlando leading it off. He's 0 for 2 in the regional. That's up and in, swung on and missed. As Colin Wright is working quickly here ahead. 0-2 to Orlando.
Yeah, and that's been the key right now. Colin Wright, 8 of 9 first pitch strikes. And if you're watching from home, best pitch in baseball is strike one.
Rito, as they call him. Son of Amy and Matt, has a twin brother, Bennett. He's been a clutch hitter during this all-star run for Lake Norman Little League out of North Carolina.
Yeah, the coaches call him the silent assassin. Quiet and goes up there and just destroys the fastball.
It's been a long day for these two teams. Game 2 of the day. That one's fouled back. Lake Norman Little League trying to get on the board here in the third inning against Colin Wright, who has been really good. That one's hit on a line and foul. Boy, Reed Orlando timed that well.
Yes, he did. He's seen a couple of those breaking balls. Boy, this ball down the left field line just foul. Did you see that little stat that popped up real quick, Clay? 26 of 29 pitches were strikes.
27.
That's 27 out of third. That is unbelievable. That's 90% in my book.
Boy, tough play. Diggs got a glove on it, but that's going to be a leadoff hit for Reed Orlando. Really good at bat, grinding it out. Reed Orlando. It's a deep in the hole. Nice play by Diggs to even get there. Second hit for North Carolina.
It really was a great at bat. Spoiled some good pitches. Was starting to get on time. We saw that the previous pitch. Hard hit ball down the left field line.
7-pitch at bat for Orlando, and now Cameron Treffoletti. He's the starting right fielder. 1 for 2 in the regional so far. Son of Elaine and Steve. That's up and in. And swung on and missed. 0-2. Steve, a former Division I basketball assistant coach. Cam's dad used to work for Leonard Hamilton at Florida State for a while. Good friends with our own Matt Schick as well. I was going back and forth with Matt today. Matt Schick also coaches a lot of Little League baseball, coaches the Weddington Little League team. And this Lake Norman team out of Huntersville and Weddington have had some battles in recent years. Played 7 times in the last 5 years. And now time is called. And now the umpires are going to convene again here for a little discussion out in front of the mound.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch what was going on. Dale Wheeler, the third base umpire, came down the line and was pointing something out. So I don't know what this discussion is.
Now, Reed Orlando at first base, is it possible he left the bag early? Because we've seen Lake Norman try to bait some throws so far in this regional.
Well, nobody's having a discussion with Reed Orlando at first base, which think there would be a discussion with the base runner that they're saying is leaving a little bit early. But he's got to wait till that pitch crosses home plate before he can get into his secondary lead.
2-2 to Trefaletti, looks at strike 3. Colin Wright with his 3rd strikeout. That's out number 1.
This might be the best breaking ball that Colin Wright has thrown yet. Everything's been a little bit elevated. This one has a lot of depth to it. It just freezes Trefaletti.
Gonna bring up Hudson Drummond, the catcher. He swings and misses strike 1. Drummond 0 for 2 in the regional. He's a newcomer to this All-Star team. He was playing travel ball before hooking up with Lake Norman Little League and has immediately fit in. If anything here, Lake Norman is working now finally on Colin Wright's pitch count. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Colin Wright. 2 away.
Colin Wright rears back right here. It's been a lot of breaking balls early in the count. It's called pitching backwards. So you start breaking balls early in the count and then fastballs to finish it. And that was his best fastball of the day as well.
So Drummond is retired, and now here's Carter Shepard, the 12th man in the batting order. Son of Jerry and Jennifer. Jerry is their Little League president there at Lake Norman. Carter's brother Mason was on last year's Lake Norman team that made it here. 2 balls and no strikes.
Carter will do a backflip after every game that they win. So sure, Lake Norman in North Carolina is hoping for a backflip at the end of this game.
Yep. Soft liner. This is going to be a tough play, but coming on, the center fielder Landon Costello makes the catch for the out. Leadoff base hit by Reed Orlando, but he's stranded. We played 2.5, still scoreless in Warner Robins.
We celebrate the MLB Little League Classic.
You get kids, you get big leaguers being kids. It's one of those days that brings Little League full circle.
These kids are having an absolute blast.
I wish I got to play in a stadium like this.
It's everything we said it would be and a lot more.
You are making memories for a lifetime.
Looking forward to that as part of the Little League World Series in Williamsport. The winner of this 8-team regional here in Warner Robins advances to Williamsport starting August 19th. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, no score between North Carolina and Virginia. Chinese Taipei won it all last year. That ended a run of 6 straight champs from the United States. As Nate Continetti is thrown out, to start the first inning. Start the third inning, I should say. First out.
Lucas Guidetti is putting on a clinic at shortstop. Man, he's going to be fun to watch in the years to come. He has got some great range, great glove work. Throws it from all angles over to first base.
And now a battle of the two starting pitchers. This is Cam Hegel throwing to Colin Wright. And both of these teams, Greg, really needed good starts in this one because both teams are so short on pitching, having already played one game today.
Yeah, and it is going to be all hands on deck. But yeah, as I talked about earlier, you cannot pitch in 2 games on the same day. A great Little League rule. And so you're going to probably see both of these pitchers get extended and get to the 85 pitch limit as long as they're pitching well.
Wright sends it toward the gap in right center. Runs all the way to the warning track. Going into second with a stand-up. 1-out double is Colin Wright helping his cause.
Colin Wright, man, nice piece of hit and stays inside of it. Shoots it into right center. Easily the best ball that we have seen hit today. A little bit of a pause rounding first base, and that center field arm of Best made it a little bit interesting.
First hit of the game for Virginia, only their second hit as a team in the regional. And now this is Nolan Seelock, who's 0 for 2 in the regional. Wearing number 21, that's his dad's old number. Dad Gary is the first base coach. He played in the same Little League, SYA, 35 years ago. Bunt. And Hegel throws him out for the second out, but going over to third is Colin Wright on the play.
Kind of an interesting choice right there to go with the sac bunt with 1 out and runner already in scoring position. Seelock gets the man over to third base, 2 outs.
Just trying to make something happen, perhaps. Something different, maybe catch him off guard.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with the move. Just one of those where you got a guy up there just sacrificing himself.
And now we're going to get a runner here. Nolan Seelock is going to go out. He's the guy who made the last out there with the sacrifice, and with 2 outs, you can run for the pitcher or the catcher. So Seelock is over at third base now, and this is Reese Beal at the plate. 0 for 1 in the regional. Where's number 42 to honor Jackie Robinson? Parents Ryan and Amanda. Puts it in play to shortstop. Guidetti scoops it. Throw to first. In time, got him. Slusher with a nice pick on the other side. And it gets North Carolina off the field unscathed.
I mean, this is, again, I talked about Guidetti. He has been lights out, and that's the reason for the sac bunt, man. Infield single, that run scores, and Guidetti up to the task.
Boy, Colin Wright, starting pitcher for Centerville, Virginia, has been nails. He was the winning pitcher in the state title game in an elimination game today, Greg Olson. He has really elevated his ability here. His play has been outstanding.
And it's just been pounding the strike zone. 35 of 42 pitches have been strikes. He is attacking the hitters, getting ahead. He's got 4 punch-outs already. He is answering the bell at the biggest point. And now that would be 11 out of 13 first pitch strikes.
He's given up just 2 hits, no runs. As Braden Best, the leadoff hitter, is up for the second time. So second time around here against Colin Wright. We'll see what kind of adjustments Lake Norman Little League out of Hunterville, North Carolina will make. Good breaking ball, just misses inside.
Back to the top of the lineup, and it's time they've seen him a little bit. It's been a lot of breaking balls early in the count to get ahead. Fastballs late.
A couple of big boys here. Right to Best. In on the hands, jammed him a bit. Beal comes over, flips to first, got him. So Braden Best, who had a homer earlier today off the top of the center field wall, anytime you can retire that guy,
yeah,
that's a big out.
Yeah, that is an imposing presence in the batting order, and just to get a fastball in on the hands and jam shot, and what a great play, knowing Beal has to hurry. Gets a little bit of a funny hop and makes the play over.
Lucas Guadetti, who has been fun to watch out at shortstop. Soft hands, quick feet, also a very good bat, but he's behind in the count here. 0-2 to Colin Wright, who continues to throw strikes. Got it. 2 down. Strikeout number 5 for Mr. Wright.
This is just attack mode. Breaking ball to start, and then here comes some high gas right in under the hands. I feel like every time he's thrown a ball, he's trying to throw a ball up out of the zone just to get the hitter to go chasing after it.
This will be pitch number 50 in the game for Colin Wright. It's outside to Colton Palladino. Well, that was a strike. Called a strike in the outside corner. 0-1.
Another great aspect of Colin Wright right now is he is just working so fast. Defense is on their toes. They're ready to play. They know he is going to get the ball back and get ready to fire again towards home plate.
Base is empty, 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. 2-2. Again, 85 pitches is the max pitcher can throw. And it's been an economy of pitches so far for Colin Wright. Soft liner, Beal charging, plays it on the hop. Does he have time? No. That little hesitation that Beal had to make on that in-between soft liner, he let it land, and then Palladino able to beat it out.
Yeah, it's a tough read. Initial step is back, and then he comes in, and his only real chance of getting this play is to dive forward and try to catch it before it hits the ground.
So a 2-out infield hit number 3 for North Carolina, and this is Luke Slusher. Another big kid, 5'10", left-handed bat. We've seen him be a vacuum at first base.
Yeah, he has been very, very good on defense. Coaches call him stoic and almost a grandfather presence in the dugout.
Parents Aaron and John flew out to center field his first time up. He is 0 for 1. 1 for 3 in the regional. Got a piece of it. 2-2. Lake Norman Little League, North Carolina state champs for their 2nd straight year. Lost earlier today to Phoenix City, Alabama, trying to keep its season alive. Chop foul outside of first. Lake Norman Little League won the North Carolina State Tournament, going 4-0 with 2 10-0 shutouts. And they scored 40 runs against their opponents in those games. Outscored their opponents 40-16. Deep fly to center. Costello going back, watches it land off the base of the wall. Palladino being waved around. Here comes the throw to the plate. In time, got it. What a relay. Great defense by Centerville, Virginia, to keep this game scoreless. An 8-6-2 putout to end the inning.
This is just perfect, textbook. Ball comes off the wall. Costello gets it in quick, gets it into Diggs. Diggs comes up and fires a perfect strike towards home plate. Fettig puts the tag on him. Inning over. No run scored.
This is the kind of game you expect when teams have their backs against the wall, both facing elimination. Loser's done for the year. Winner keeps its hopes of going to Williamsport alive. And it is scoreless going to the bottom of the fourth. North Carolina with a couple of hits that last inning, but nothing to show for it. Great defensive play to end the inning by Centerville.
That was absolutely perfect. You get preached growing up. You got to hit the cutoff man. If Costello does not hit the cutoff man, Diggs right there, that run scores easily. And then just the throw from Diggs was an absolute dime.
And as it happens, Landon Costello, the center fielder, leads it off. Because of the continuous batting order, that's less likely. There's 12 men in the batting order now. Landon Costello, 0 for 1 in this ballgame, 0 for 2 in the regional. We talked about that no-fly zone, the defensive players out in the outfield for Virginia. Landon Costello played that perfectly, got back there quickly. And now he lines this one down the right field line. That is fair. Heading to second is Costello. And he'll pull up there with a leadoff double. Second double in 2 innings for Centerville, Virginia.
Costello gets a high fastball, gets the bat through the zone, right down the right field line, and he is on his horse and off and running.
Let's go. Landon is the oldest of 5 kids. His dad, Zach, down there in the third base coach's box, and Dad is telling him to get his butt down here on the pass ball. Dad waving him in. And so now Costello's at third as Grant Wise has an opportunity here to put Virginia on the board.
At top of the lineup, the infield is in for North Carolina. trying to take away this one run.
Grant Wise. G-Money. Puts it in play. Shepard looks the runner back. Boy, that's textbook Greg Olson. One down.
Absolutely perfect. Man, I am having so much fun watching these two teams' defenses, but this was infield drawn in. Shepard at second base ranges to his left, checks home. Nobody's running, gets the quick out at first base.
You and I were watching Guidetti and Shepard, the middle infielders for Lake Norman, during batting practice and infield outfield. Boy, are those guys good together.
They are fun to watch. I've talked about Guidetti already, man. He's got some serious range at shortstop, and we got to see Shepard right there.
Angulo hit by a pitch in the first inning. Nothing came of it. That misses down just a bit. Cam Hegel was hoping for a strike call there. 1-1.
Got the infield, outfield. Infield's drawn in. Outfield is very shallow in center field and in right.
Outside 2-1. 2 hits so far for Virginia, trying to get on the board for the first time. Costello at third. Strike on the outside corner, 2-2.
Angulo just choking up a little bit, trying to put this ball in play, make something happen.
Called strike 3. Angulo goes down looking. Huge strikeout for Hegel.
How about Cam Hegel? We've been talking about Colin Wright, but Cam Hegel is matching zeros. This 1-2-2 fastball is painted down and away. Absolutely perfect pitch, perfect location.
Second strikeout for Hegel. His first came against Gillette, who's in the box now. Gillette struck out to end the first inning. He's 0 for 3 in the tournament. Caleb Gillette, parents Philip and Stacy. He's one of 4 kids. Called strike 3, back-to-back K's looking for Hegel. And he gets out of a jam in the 4th.
Cam Hegel, when the lights are the brightest, go-ahead run on third base, and he locks it down with a couple of punch-outs, paints the outside corner.
Well, Virginia got very close to getting on the board last half inning. Leadoff double by Landon Costello, but then Cam Hegel, the starting pitcher for Huntersville, North Carolina, locking in, getting 3 straight outs, including A couple of strikeouts to keep this thing scoreless. It gets late early in Little League Baseball. We played just 6 innings. So here we go to the 5th in a scoreless tie. These teams facing elimination. Loser goes home. Winner plays again tomorrow afternoon.
And it's gotten late fast. Both of these starting pitchers, Colin Wright and Cam Hegel, have been electric, working fast, getting ahead. Cam Hegel, man, last inning. Runner on third base, nobody out, and he is able to lock it down and keep that runner right there.
Colin Wright thought that bent in there for a strike, but it's 2-1 to Jack Caldwell, the leadoff hitter for North Carolina. Went down swinging his first time up in the 2nd inning. Guarino now in left field. Gillette is the right fielder for Virginia. And Landon Costello, who made that great play last inning in center field, goes to first base, as Stegner is now the new center fielder. So some defensive changes for Virginia. Beal, though, he continues to occupy second base, and as smooth as ever. As Caldwell is thrown out, 1 away.
And we just saw Grant Wise, this Virginia's closer, running down to the bullpen to get loose. So that explains why he is no longer in right field. And we had a couple of the movements. Gillette moving out there.
So Hegel now is hoping to be the winning pitcher in this ball game. Stands in for the 2nd time. 0 for 1 with a ground out. Trying to bunt his way on. Making Wright work. And how about Colin Wright? Like a cat pouncing off the mound. 2 down.
That wasn't a bad bunt.
No.
Colin Wright makes it look easy. Gets over there quickly. Gets down on it. Sets his feet and makes a perfect throw over there, man. He looks like he's been doing PFP for years.
How were you at fielding your position back in the day?
I was good. I didn't have a whole lot of errors. If I had any, I didn't have any throwing errors.
Did you work on it a lot?
No.
Would have expected nothing less from you.
Well, I mean, you got the 1,000 hours that you put in spring training and PFPs of just fielding your position and working on bunt defenses and everything else, and it's just nobody's going to be out there hitting me ground balls, if that's what you're asking.
Ball and 2 strikes to Jace Beck. He has one of the 4 hits for North Carolina in this ballgame. This will be pitch number 70 for Colin Wright. So still a lot to work with for Colin Wright. 85 is the maximum. Of course, he can finish the hitter if he gets to 85.
Feeling like this is going to be one of those 1-0 games, and both of these guys are going to finish what they started. Colin Wright up at 71 pitches. Cam Hegel only at 49.
2-2 pitch. Down the line, long run. Nice running catch by Guarino, the new left fielder. That's how you do it. Carter Guarino runs it down for the 3rd out. North Carolina goes in order in the 5th. Still scoreless. There's Carter Guarino, who made that long running catch. He'll lead it off here this inning. We'll follow the amazing kids as they experience their own Little League World Series adventure. Download the Little League World Series app and watch highlights, photos, schedules, and more. Available in the app stores for Apple and Android devices. Well, what do they call the outfield for Centerville, Virginia again?
No-fly zone.
Boy, we have seen that on display here in this elimination game.
It's a long run for that catch.
Now Guarino up there. He lined out to the second baseman Shepard his first time up, 0 for 1. And Centerville, Virginia hits here in the bottom of the 5th. Line drive right to Caldwell. Nice catch. Boy, 2 lineouts for Guarino. 1 away here in the 5th.
So you want to be a third baseman. There's a reason they call it the hot corner. Boy, he has just enough time to get that glove up. That ball was hit on a line.
Jack Caldwell's made a couple of really nice plays in this ballgame. Lana Costello hit one sharply to him back in the first inning, and he made look routine.
There was nothing routine about that last line drive, man.
Henry Diggs has been on once, hit by a pitch in the second inning. Trying to get something started with 1 out in a scoreless game. Loser is done for the year. Teams trying to get on to another elimination game tomorrow against the loser of our next game. South Carolina and Florida coming up next. In on the hands, and that one is past Caldwell. This could be extra bases. There goes Henry Diggs to second base, and he'll hold up there. 3rd straight inning with a double for Centerville, Virginia. Comes with 1 out for Henry Diggs. That'll bring up Stegner.
Diggs' first hit of this tournament. Man, I love that. A little bit of a Jeff Bagwell look. He's low into his legs. Quick little short stride. And he is right on time on that fastball in. Drives it down the left field line.
Coaches were saying he's one of our lineup's most feared hitters. You can see why. Now we'll see if Stegner can get him in. Back-to-back Henrys in this lineup. Diggs and Stegner.
Stegner's already got 1 sack bunt. I think they're going to let him swing away. He has been clutch for this team.
This will act like a bunt, perhaps. Tough play. Out! They called him out at first. Boy, that was bang, bang. Stegner thinks he beat it out.
I think he beat it out. Go to a review. I believe Zach Costello is going to ask for a review. He was successful in his last one.
Yeah, so Zach Costello is going to ask for another review. Boy, that was as close of a play as we've had in this regional so far. And we've had a few close ones, but this takes the cake. Here's another look.
I thought there was no way that Cam Hegel was going to get this and make this even a play at first base. But he gets over there, bare hands it. The call on the field is out.
And that carries a lot of weight.
I think he's safe.
I think so too.
I think that's a pretty good review look.
Tony Calcagno, our first base umpire, I mean, you know, that could have gone either way, and in that split second he called him safe, and I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing in his situation. I mean, that's as close of a call as we've had to see made in this regional so far.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, swinging bunt. Hegel hops off the mound, cat-like, bare hands it, good throw to first base.
Think about the gravity of the results of this review.
I mean, this could be ball game right here. If he's safe, got runners on first and third, 1 out. If he is out, 2 outs, runner on third.
This is zoomed in. Ball comes into frame, and I think that foot is down. That was a swinging bunt, as you talked about, you know, his sacrifice bunt last time to the plate. That was almost like a bunt, and it was a really tough play for Hegel.
No, I can't tell you how hard that play is and how easy he made that play look. It was absolutely perfect. He went down with a bare hand. He stabbed at it and came up. No stride, no step, and just made a good throw over to first base.
By the way, can we say what a great job these umpires have done?
Yeah, you can.
So far in this region, I mean, just fantastic.
Of
course, they volunteer their time, too.
Yep, they're volunteers on the field.
They're going to take their time because this could decide the ball game. Bottom of the 5th in a 6th-inning game. 6th-inning game. Scoreless. These teams, if they lose, their season is over. So much riding on the outcome of this call. Boy, the parents, you know, they're more nervous than the kids and the coaches.
There's usually a bunch of them that are sitting in front of us that are looking back at us trying to get just some hint.
So the call was out at first base. It's either going to be 2 outs with a runner at third or runners at first and third and 1 out in a scoreless game. Here we go. Safe. It's overturned. Big break for Centerville, Virginia. As Stegner is safe at first, Diggs is now at third base. 1 out for Connor Fettig.
Zach Costello 2 for 2 in challenges.
And so he'll keep his 2 challenges. And now we're not exactly sure what this is all about, but
I hate when I'm supposed to be the expert on this broadcast and I have no earthly idea what they're talking about.
it's been such an emotionally exhausting day for these 2 teams who have played twice now. This is game 2 for both of these squads. So we're going to get a visit to the mound here for Lake Norman. Out of Huntersville, North Carolina. State champs. They really are up against it now with 2 on and 1 out. And Cam Hegel has been so good on the mound, Greg Olson. You know, he has pitched well. He has played well. And that was a bang-bang play at first. Him doing such a job getting off the mound to field that ball. And I think this might be just a reset for him and the rest of the infield. The coaches coming out and just trying to settle everybody down.
Well, a little bit of that is just, all right, timeout. Let's have a talk. You got runners on first and third. What are these guys going to try to do? And I'm talking about Virginia. Are they going to try to steal? Are they going to try to go to halfway? Are they going to try to do a double steal? So he is getting his defense in order. He's got the infield drawn in, so that's another conversation of, okay, who's going to be covering the bag, and this is what we're going to be doing, but just clarifying everything as well as the timeout.
So the catcher, Connor Fettig, with a chance to be a hero. 0 for 1 in this game. Inside out swing to right field. It is caught. Trafoletti's throw is perfect to home plate as Diggs is unable to tag. What a big out for North Carolina. And now they've got a rundown. Virginia trying to Force Lake Norman into a throw. They do not make. And Stigner will take second base.
Felt like that would have been the third out. So if they could have got him at second base with a quick throw right there, they could have ended the inning.
Instead, they have to face Nate Continetti. So you're not wild about that strategy?
I think, well, normally you try to get the first baseman to give the ball up to the middle infield. Guidetti has been really good today with his throws. I would have given it up to him and then let him make the decision. You try to get it out of the first baseman's hands and get it into the middle of the infield and let them make the decision. But ultimately, you know what? If Cam Hegel finds a way to get this out right here, no damage, no harm.
Nate Continetti, a home run threat. Doesn't need a home run here. A base hit would probably score two. Spends a lot of time in the garage hitting off the tee.
Well, that's a lost art, isn't it?
Sure is. Continetti grounded out to short his only other time up. 2-strike pitch. Swung out and missed, and Hegel gets out of a 2-on, 1-out jam in the 5th. And we head to the 6th inning in a scoreless game. What a dandy here in Warner Robins.
Cam Hegel, man, when the lights are the brightest, he has come up with that fastball away and punched out everybody.
Boy, Cam Hegel, the starting pitcher for North Carolina. What a job he did, coaches. His teammates coming over after that inning to say thank you very much for getting out of a tough spot for us. As Virginia strands 2 in the 5th, they have stranded 6 in all, and at least 1 in every inning.
And he has been Houdini. He has gotten himself out of some serious jams.
And so now Matthew Williford will lead it off for North Carolina here in the top of the 6th inning. He'll be followed by Reed Orlando and Cameron Trefaletti. 8, 9, and 10 in the order.
Connor Fettig had, I don't know, just went running off the field to get something changed.
Connor Fettig had a little equipment issue, so he is back on the field now, having cleared that up. Williford struck out swinging against Colin Wright, who has pitched 72 pitches so far. And as he wants to do so often, starts with a breaking ball.
Yeah.
That one missed inside.
Well, he's gotten that pitch and gotten that call a lot. First pitch breaking ball, lands it for a strike, and gets ahead. And we'll use that fastball later in the count.
This is one of those games, and it's cliche, but you hate to see the team lose.
Yeah.
There's going to be a loser here, and their season's going to be done, and they're going to be crushed. But these teams have played excellent baseball here tonight. Swung out and missed. 1-2 now to the leadoff man in the inning, Matthew Williford.
Yeah, it's been a lot of great pitching, a lot of great pitches made in big moments, and really, really solid defense.
Struck him out. Second time right has gotten Williford on strikes. That's strikeout number 6 for Colin.
Colin Wright still living on top of the zone, keeping an eye on that pitch count. He's got 76 right now, max of 85. Williford just unable to stop the bat and lay off of that high fastball.
One away for Reed Orlando. What a great at bat to start the third inning. Was left stranded, but still had a 7-pitch at bat and got on with a single. 1 for 3 in the tournament. It's inside, 1-1. There's Beal. And he's good. Reese Beal at second base. Another nice play for the second out. Reese Beal has an uncle named Damian Beal. And if you recognize that name, you should. Former Major League umpire, still umps a lot of college baseball. You and I have had him several times over the years.
I just love the fact, a little throwback to Jackie Robinson in number 42 in honor of him and his sacrifice.
Cam Treffoletti hacks on that one, and it's foul. So now Colin Wright at that 80-pitch plateau. Has some meat on the bone here yet, trying to get through the 6th inning. He has been an inspiration for the Centerville, Virginia team.
Well, the coaches raved about how good this pitching staff has been, and they came into this tournament with a .87 ERA. And you can see why. If this guy is your 1B ace, that's a pretty solid pitching duo that SYA has.
And if he can make quick work here of Treffoletti, he could still potentially come out for extra innings if he had to. Popped out of play.
So he can go past the 85 pitch limit. It's where he starts the at bat. So he started the bat at 80, 79, and so he can go past 85 right here if this gets to be a long at bat.
That's going to get down for a base hit. Cam Treffoletti with 2 outs is aboard. And he is speed on the bases. So if North Carolina could somehow run something to the gap, he's the kind of guy who can score from first base.
Absolutely. Second hit of the tournament. He's 2 for 4. Fights that ball off on an 0-2 count. Unless this is a first pitch swing, this will be the last hitter Colin Wright faces.
And it's Hudson Drummond as Wright starts him with a strike. What a game for Colin Wright. His counterpart Cam Hegel can say the same. 2 pitchers, do or die situation. Outstanding efforts.
Well, then you factor in how many pitchers that neither one of these teams are able to go to today, and to have both guys go into the 6th inning.
Virginia can't use 3 of their regular pitchers, and North Carolina is unable to go with 4 of their regulars. Line to left and hanging up for Guarino. He makes the catch for their 3rd out. And that's going to do it for Colin Wright. What a game for him. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Can Virginia walk it off? We're going to find out next. This is what you call a pitcher's duel. What a treat this has been. Colin Wright, his day on the mound is over as he's reached the 85 pitch threshold. Cam Hegel, though, still has 25 pitches to work with. What an economy of pitches. As he has gone 5 innings, he has thrown just 60.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys have just stepped up in the biggest time, in the biggest moment for their teams. And I love the fact that, hey, there has not been any walks.
And now Colin Wright will lead it off for Virginia. Wright, Seelock, and Beal. 10, 11, and 12 in the order. And Colin Wright had a double his last time up. I think I mentioned this yesterday, that Colin Wright has a great baseball card collection. Has some oldies, too, including a 1969 Mickey Mantle. That's his prized possession. That's foul back. Ball and a strike.
69 or 59?
69. 59 would probably be even more valuable,
yeah.
But nonetheless. The 1-1. Now 1-2. Cam Hegel has given up an extra base hit 3 straight innings. And he had a couple of hits allowed in the 5th inning, but worked around the problems. He's given up just 4 hits. That sits off the plate, 2-2. Trying to nip that corner.
Yeah, and that's where he has been so good, man. I'm going to call him Houdini from now on, because you give up extra base hits in 3 straight innings and you're able to navigate your way out of it.
Colin Wright has been on time.
Yeah.
At the plate here his last couple of at-bats.
Now a double to right center back in the 3rd was well struck.
Again, just missing Cam Hegel. And so it's a full count. We haven't seen many of these today.
No, both of these guys have been just electric, throwing strikes, getting ahead, getting and working quick, getting quick outs.
3-2 pitch. Another one fouled off. This is the first full count for any hitter in this ball game today. What a battle. We'd expect nothing less.
That is unbelievable.
This is a 9-pitch at bat so far. Struck him out on the 9th pitch. Cam Hegel gets Colin Wright to go down for the first out.
Well, he just moved the catcher. Drummond just moves right back into the middle of the plate, and Hegel is just up to the challenge. It's man on man at this point on a 3-2, nobody out. You got to bring it over the plate. Cam Hegel gets the big strikeout for the first out.
And his 5th strikeout of the ball game as Nolan Seelock stands in. His dad Gary is the first base coach. He's shouting some instructions at him and some encouragement. Strike on the inside part of the plate. Nolan's mom is Allison. Nolan has 2 brothers, Brady and Gavin. They're all cheering him on. Fouled off, 1-2. What a day it's been. Started with Centerville having to complete a game against Tennessee. It was postponed after rain struck in the 4th inning yesterday. Lake Norman also had to play earlier today. Full game against Phoenix City, Alabama. These teams are exhausted. It's late in the game. It is scoreless. And one of these teams will be back again tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
I mean, that is the one aspect of travel ball that these young guys are so used to having 2 games in a day, 3 games in a day, and just running out there and being in the heat all day. So this is nothing new to them.
Called strike 3. Hegel dots the outside corner. Back-to-back Ks in the 6th.
This is what he has done so well, Matt. You can see Drummond moves over to the outside part of the plate, gives him a good target, and frames it up. Hegel right on the money. I mean, in a perfect world, Clay, neither one of these pitchers deserve a loss.
You're right. Reese Beal now. Hole for 1 with a ground out to short. A little behind on that one. Ball and a strike. Good cut. 1 and 2. Reese's hobbies other than baseball include writing and reading poetry. He's written over 100 since he was a first grader.
And that would be about 100 more than you have written.
How do you know? Ground ball to short. And we're going to extra innings. I'll show you some of my poetry during the commercial break. We go to the 7th. North Carolina nothing. Virginia nothing. We're back at Warner Robins in a moment. Sit back and enjoy it, guys. You have to wait a little bit here as we go to extra innings. That's Chairs Little League out of Tallahassee, Florida, ready to take the field in our next game against the South Carolina State champs from Irma Little League. Grant Wise is the new pitcher for Centerville, Virginia, after a great outing from the starter, Colin Wright.
Wise, electric stuff. He has been their lockdown closer all summer long.
Colin Wright went 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and didn't walk anybody. So in the 7th inning, a reminder that we get the runner that starts out at second base. Offense begins the at-bat with a runner at second. And it's
should be Hudson Drummond.
Yeah, it's Hudson Drummond out there at second.
Last out of last inning. So it's kind of a fascinating situation. The Major League started doing this a couple years ago. And you play this game of, okay, are you going to sacrifice bunt or are you going to go for the big inning? And that is the decision the managers have to make in this spot when you get into extra innings. And there is a lot that goes into it of who's pitching, how is he able to get around and navigate the inning, and do you go for the big inning or do you go for the one run?
Well, Carter Shepard walks, so now 2 on. And Braden Best, the most dangerous hitter for North Carolina at the plate. 0 for 2 in this game, but homered in the game earlier today against Alabama.
He's been so good. He just looks like he's pressing a little bit tonight.
Ground ball to short. Diggs goes to third, gets the out. So Drummond is forced out, 1 away here in the 7th.
Diggs, nice job arranging to his right. Already knows what he is going to do. If he's going right, he is going to go to third base. Gets the quick out there.
Bunt. They're going to go to third again, and they get the force again. Great job by Wise and Angulo at third to force out Shepard.
Everybody watching at home, I cannot tell you how good this is. He knows what he is going to do. If it's a hard bunt back to him, he comes up and he gets the lead out. If it's a good bunt, then you go and get the out at first base and give up the sacrifice and the bases. But he knows hard bunt right back at him. Hey, I got a shot to get this guy at third base.
So now what is the coach saying here? This is Coach Costello coming out for chat.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's just, hey, here's what we got. Here's a situation. Runners on first and second. You got 2 outs. Got to get the guy out. Where's my defense? We got to, you can get the force out at third base if you got him there. If the ball's played that way, you got force outs at every bag but home. And he's just making sure everybody is on the same page defensively, because the go-ahead run is at second base. You almost have gotten out of this jam.
Colton Palladino at the plate. Big left-handed hitter. Had an infield single his last time up. But then was thrown out at home plate after the double by Luke Slusher on a great relay from center field. That is foul. 2 strikes.
Grant Wise does a really nice job. Very exceptional at changing up his look. So he has a leg kick, and then on an occasion he'll do a quick slide step, even though these runners can't go until the ball crosses home plate. But what it does is it shocks the hitter, and you'll get jam shots like that because they're not expecting him to be jumping down the mound at him. They're expecting a big leg kick.
Struck him out. Grant Wise, with some help from his defense, gets out of the 7th. Can Virginia win it here in the bottom of the 7th? Still scoreless after 6.5. In the Southeast region elimination game between North Carolina and Virginia. Reese Beal, who made the last out for Centerville, Virginia, will start the inning at second base. Cam Hegel still on the mound. He's at 79 pitches, 85 is his max. So some pitches to work with here. And he starts the leadoff hitter, Landon Costello, outside.
Costello not showing bunt. Coaches are asking him to probably try to hit something to the right side and pull this ball.
Down the line, foul. Going the other way, Landon Costello. So ball and a strike.
That's about the only way to get a ball by Caldwell over at third base is to hit it foul.
He has been very good. Reese Beal, good speed at second base. He represents the winning run. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2-1. And it's really important that the catchers keep everything in front now.
Yep, you got Slusher at first base, way in on the grass.
3-1. And Cam Hegel, as he approaches the 85 pitch maximum, you know, he's got to be tired.
Yeah, I think he is. We're starting to see a little bit of wear right now. Fastball's getting elevated. He has been just a strike throwing machine.
Downstairs, walked him. So 2 on, nobody out, and Grant Wise will come up. So Hegel is at 84 pitches officially. They are going to make the change.
I think the fatigue got to him, but what an unbelievable game that young man just got done pitching.
Back in a moment. Look at Hegel getting some congratulations even from the opposing coach. And that's the kind of sportsmanship we like to see. Zach Costello came over. He was the first one to say, hey, great game, kid.
Oh, man. I would have done the same thing. I'd have walked over and shook his hand, because that job that he did pitching was awesome.
And he'll stay in the game. He'll go over to third base. Reed Orlando is the new pitcher now for North Carolina. He comes into a tough spot. 2 on, nobody out. Winning run out at second base, Reese Beal. Costello's at first, and the guy at the plate is Grant Wise, who has been really good at the plate in the postseason. He had Virginia's only hit in game 1. He had a huge triple back in the state semifinals, drove in the tying run in the 7th, scored the game winner. Can he be a hero here? 0 for 2 in this ballgame. The 1-0 from Orlando, fouled straight back.
Both of these coaches electing not to go with the sacrifice bunt to get the runner over to third base.
What a ball game between these two state champs, North Carolina and Virginia. Lined into right center, down for a base hit. The runners will go station to station as Trefaletti gets it in quickly. Beal stops at third. That's a wise decision with Trefaletti's arm. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Angulo coming to the plate.
Well, Beal wisely stayed near second base, making sure that ball dropped before he took off. So did not get a great read, not get a great jump on it, but made sure that ball got down in the outfield grass before he headed over to third base.
Strike one to Gianfranco Angulo. Tremendous hitter at the plate this year for these All-Stars. Hit by a pitch and a strikeout for him today. Fly ball, deep right, over the head of Trefaletti, and that's going to do it. Beal comes home with the game-winning run, as Virginia will play another day. Walk-off single for Gianfranco Angulo. 1-0 final. Virginia wins a beauty here in the seventh.
Angulo had been quiet today, got hit by a pitch early in the game, and then after that, man, that fastball away, he just right on time. Outfield was drawn in, infield was drawn in, trying to take a play at the plate. Angulo just takes it over and hits it over the outfielder's head. Game over, 1-0. What a ball game.
He wears number 2 because that's the number Derek Jeter wore. Well, that's a clutch swing that Jeter would be proud of. Wins the game for Virginia, their 6th hit. And again, no shame in this loss for the state champs from North Carolina. Cam Hegel and company, what an effort today, but it will be Virginia moving on.
Well, this was one of the best ball games I have watched. Just phenomenal defense, pitching, some timely hitting here at the end. But ultimately, somebody's got to go home, and I hate it because both these teams played so well.
So Virginia will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the loser of our next game between South Carolina and Florida. We hope you join us for that one. For now, we're going to say goodbye. For Greg Olson and our entire crew, I'm Clay Matvick. What a ball game here in Warner Robins. The final again, Centerville, Virginia 1. Lake Norman, North Carolina, 0.